If you have ever used AI to write text and then had it flagged as AI generated, well, welcome to the club. You're not alone. Let me show you in this video why this happens and what people usually do to fix it. So it's quite simple, actually. There's tools on the market that can completely fix this. It's not something that you need to worry about. But first, let's go through a typical scenario and see what might happen. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT here, please write a 500-word essay about Ronald Reagan. So this would be the first step, of course, if you're using ChatGPT or Claude or any other LLM. The same applies. Essentially, these tools, they write text in a certain way. Even if you tell them to make it sound human and write it in a human way, it's still, there's a fingerprint that is added within the text that there's only one way to remove it, basically. So as we see here, this is written a nice 500-word text here, including some nice images of Ronald Reagan. So we will just copy this. And then we will go to the tool that we're using, which is Text Humanizer Pro. And the website is texthumanizerpro.com. And basically, I've already signed in, so I just click on Get Started. And then you see we come to the dashboard. And over here on the left-hand side for this tool, we have AI text tools. There's also an AI image detector, so you can upload images of any photo to see if it's been altered or if it's original. There's a plagiarism detector, fact checker, text comparator, etc. So all these things are part of this tool. But right now we're going to look at the AI text tools. Then also just to point out here, you can either do a detection only, so it just looks for the amount of AI that's in the text that you paste, or you can do a detect and humanize, and that's what we are going to do. Also, just to point out with this tool, you have the other languages tab. So if you click that, you can post any language in here and it will treat it the same. So we're going to go back to English since this is written in English. So I just pasted it in here and let's see. It's also important to note that even though this sounds like something that a human would write, the thing is, the way that these tools work, when ChatGPT or other LLMs write the text, they have a certain cadence, a certain repeatability that is built into the way that they operate. It's just the nature of a large language model with predictive text. The tools that they use to flag this, these are normally designed to operate exactly how these LLMs produce text. So they produce it with certain fingerprints in it, and then you have detectors that actually look for that. So this is from a previous test that I did where it said 99.23. But if I check for AI again on this text that I just pasted in here, and we see the AI content, likely AI, 99.4%. That is actually quite high. So again, even if it reads well, even if it sounds good, it can still be flagged. And of course this is. So if this is something that for example, you're a content creator and you're going to post this as a blog, that would be a no-go because it's going to get flagged and you're going to get penalized for the content. The same thing if you were writing some text for a school paper. This tool is not designed for people to cheat and to bypass and do things an easy way. It is only designed to help if you're using ChatGPT to assist you with your writing. Then, of course, you want to be able to see, this is the areas where it's getting flagged. So that's what we've done here. We found it. It's at 99.4%. Well, what can we do? We can either go back and check the detect only again. And if we detect for AI content, we only use the detector. I'll show you what happens here. it shows you which sentences, and this is the level of human, the level of likelihood that a human has created this. You can see these are all at 0%, every single sentence. Yet still it's at 99.4, but this is the problem. So if you had some sentences that you wrote yourself, that kind of break this cadence, yes, it's going to show up as green. But if we go back to the tab here to detect and humanize, again, same text directly pasted from ChatGPT. And then we click humanize. This is where the tool starts doing its work. And essentially, it's not rearranging the content. The beautiful thing about this particular tool, it rewrites it in a way that you keep the tone, you keep the meaning. You don't lose anything when you translate it or when you humanize it. Sorry. It's always important, of course, with any humanizing tool that you read what it has done just to verify that anything factual has not changed. But I can say the results so far with testing of this tool have been absolutely fantastic. Once it's done, of course, this is what takes a little bit of time because it's actually doing some processing in the background. So the tool itself can take anywhere from 30 seconds up to 4 or 5 minutes, depending on the length of the text that is pasted. You can also upload documents here as well. It's not just pasting text. You can upload Word documents or PDFs as well. So now this is showing the humanized text. And you can see already it's went from 90% down to 36.43. That is considered by these benchmarking tools as human written. So anything below 50% is generally considered human content. If it's below 40%, yeah, there's a high likelihood that it's human generated content. Now, none of these tools are perfect. None of the detectors are perfect. And of course, the humanizers, they know this and they are updated as these detectors are updated. The humanizers follow the algorithms that they're using to detect the text. But to keep in mind, it's important to understand that nothing is perfect. So even if you, by hand, write an entire text of 500 words or 10,000 words, and you put that into the detection tool, it's still going to show up with a small amount of AI detected. So nothing is going to be 0%. So this is on the first pass. We humanized this one time. It came down to 36.43. That is something that could be submitted and it will not get flagged as AI generated. You're good to go. All you need to do here is copy to clipboard. You have it. You paste this into whichever tool that you're using, Word or Google Docs, and then you can format it again and just read through it to make sure that everything is correct. But essentially, that's how this works. It is a really, really good tool. And the nicest thing about it, again, is once it's humanized, you can read it. This is not nonsense. It rewrites it, in such a good way, not perfect, but it's so good that it looks like what you originally submitted. So, and I've tested this hundreds of times now, and it's always come back the same, a very, very good quality output. Now, another thing to keep in mind, if the content is above, I believe it's 40% on this tool, and you want to make it even better, if it's showing above 40%, then there will be the rehumanize button that shows here. And you can choose either keep it as it is or you humanize again. And then it runs it through and then the score comes back. I've tried this a few times and usually it's around 1 or 2% AI content. And you're not going to get it any lower than that. So that's how this works. If this is something that you're dealing with on a regular basis, you can check out this tool. It's texthumanizerpro.com, and I will put the link in the description. So, yeah, I hope that this was helpful. And just to let people know that there are tools on the market like this one that are legit. They do work. They're connected to a proper back end, and they humanize text in a really good way. And again, also AI image detection, where you can upload your images to see if they are AI generated. You can check for plagiarism. on any text that's been generated. You have a fact checker, so you can look at different websites and documents to see if they're factual or not, and the text compare. So that's it. Thank you for watching.